Hello, Phil Crossy here. I've just had a coffee break on my way to Rem. I've got about, don't know, about 110, 120 miles to get to Lyon, and then it's that again, if not more. It's just it's just a boring ride on a motorway. So I'm just talking about other bits and pieces, really. Not, you know, this one's about music. I've spoken about metal and how I love it. And the reason I'm going to speak about music is I went to a restaurant yesterday for some dinner, evening meal, which consisted of a starter of tacos and a Coke. That was me done. But the reason I want to talk about music, and I've got quite a decent taste in music, I think. I love live music, whatever the music might be. If it's live, I fucking love it. And I kind of sort of base that on the people up there that are doing it. No matter how fucking bad they are, they're better than me, and they're having a go. And I just love to listen to live music, wherever the venue might be, pubs, you know, seafront, whatever it may be. Live music for me, you can't beat it, however it's delivered. So I was in the restaurant yesterday, eating me tacos, which is it's one of those tacos is one of those things, and it's not a first date meal by any stretch of the imagination. You know, first dates, avoid tacos, avoid spaghetti bolognese, ribs, avoid ribs. You don't want to be eating that shit on your first date, do you? Because it could be your last one. But yeah, I was making a complete bollocks of eating these tacos. But they were playing the Beatles. And it was like a continuous set of Beatles. You know, it was a mix. It wasn't like one album after the other, but it was a mix of Beatles, and I can appreciate some of the Beatles songs, but I really don't understand how now, in these modern times, that Lennon and McCartney are given as much fucking credibility, praise, if you like, as they still get. Because, and I'm going to qualify that, the songwriting that they did was good. And don't get me wrong, I'm no fucking songwriter. I could write a song if my life depended on it. But I could appreciate what is a good song, and as much as their music for that time was good, it's all very poppy. It's all there's no real meaning to it, no storytelling, if you like. I think maybe A Day in the Life was a decent story told. She's Leaving Home, you know, another decent story told. You know, a bit of something to it. But things like I'm a Walrus, which was, you know, let's have it right, written in some sort of fucking LSD trip, is a load of bollocks. I mean, it gets a lot of fucking credibility, and the boys from Oasis like it an awful lot, but what a load of shit. I mean, it's rubbish. It's almost like it's written by a child, and that's my view. Like it, don't like it. So I don't understand why Lennon and McCartney are given such sort of credence around their songwriting in these modern days. For example, I'm not a Paul Weller fan, not by any stretch of the imagination. I wasn't. My friend Nick Phillips, who I spoke about before, absolutely fucking adored the Jam. You know, he even went out, bless him. He went into the oven with Going Underground being played, which was Nick all over, to be fair. But I'm no Paul Weller fan, but I will ask you to stand up. Paul Weller's down in the tube station at midnight, and put that up against any fucking Beatles track you care to mention, because it will fucking destroy it, hands down. When you talk about the storytelling of a time in history that was just fucking incredibly good, incredibly accurate, to points where if you're a young'un and you weren't around then when this song was written, there's little things in it that make the song so fucking incredibly descriptively good. You know, put in the money and pulled out a plum. And if you were listening to that as a young'un and you weren't around in those times, you would have no fucking idea what he's talking about. What are you talking about? Fucking putting the money, pulled out a plum. Well, plum was the colour of the ticket that you got when you put your money in to get your tube ticket. You basically put your money in, and it's almost like one of those little, you know, the tickets you get when you're wanting to go into a queue, that kind of tear-off type thing. And the colour of the ticket for a specific journey was plum, and that's how fucking good Weller was writing that track. And like I say, I'm no Paul Weller fan by any stretch of the imagination, but he can write a fucking song. And they would stand up against, you know, any of the Beatles tracks. Ed Sheeran, you know, lyrically, from a fucking songwriting point of view, against any of the fucking Beatles tracks, I dare you to tell me that a particular Beatles track is better than most of Ed Sheeran's stuff. You know, songwriting, when you all disregard metal because it's fucking shouty and screamy, but lyrically some of those songs are fucking properly near the knuckle, and a lot of them, you know, around like past abuse, fucking mental health, and all that kind of thing. And it's I mean, one of the tracks I listen to quite a lot now, a band called Bad Omens. I've got a tattoo of Bad Omens on the back of my car, and you know, a lot of their stuff is just so fucking thought-provoking, well written, lyrically fucking genius. And you know, Artificial Suicide, you know, VAN, all of that kind of thing they're writing about is just, it's mad how good they are lyrically. And when you sort of keep harping on about the Beatles, Lennon and McCartney, and just what, you know, Roberta Flack, the first time I ever saw your face, you know, I'll compare that to any fucking Beatles track. So it's just that, you know, from a music point of view, I mean, you like what you like, but sometimes if you're giving a particular songwriter credibility over time, that credibility's got to fade, because the people coming in behind them, and they are always coming in behind, are better, and could probably deserve the accolade, a little more accolade than they actually get, rather than someone who did it fucking 60 years ago. You know, yeah, that's my little rant about music, and yeah, take it or leave it. That's me. Ta-da.